I'm back with another house flipper video. Just gonna buy a property and fix it up. So it's no big deal. I miss this game. I probably said that in the last house flipper video I did. But I do remember mentioning a few things that threw me because it had been so long since I had last played the game. But apparently I had downloaded the HGTV DLC, which included a cyberpunk thing. I have no idea, but I got that as well. But I would really have to dig into the game to see all of this DLC. But that's basically what I'm working with here. So I think I have all of the DLC, including one I didn't want, but I believe that came with my purchase, and that was the Apocalypse one. I hated going through those houses and going into a bunker and then having to pick up each individual food item, and there were like dozens of them strewn all over the floor. And that was partly what turned me off to this game as a whole. I just like the idea of designing things. And no, I'm not artistic in the slightest. Not even remotely. I can't draw a straight line. But I do like designing. Now, ironically or not, both of my children are extremely artistic, especially my daughter. My goodness. And my sister and brother have very artistic talents. I just wasn't part of that particular gene pool aspect. I have no talent whatsoever. None at all. But this isn't a complaint video. That's just my life. I like cleaning things, and this game is good for that. I like doing this stuff here. Maybe I shouldn't be adding this to my video, but I really enjoy it. Just cleaning things down. I wish, like I said in my other video, I wish we could do this with every house that we go to. I couldn't get rid of this mole hole. I completely forgot that they were there. But when I came back out of the house later, it was in a different position, and I was able to smash it down, apparently, with a shovel. But I know there are other times when the critter comes out of the hole and it's really creepy, which leads me to the next point of this video. And in this game in particular, I don't know what it is about the game, but it just gives me this East European nuclear fallout feel. It's just uncomfortable for me. I don't know what it is. I know they're just pictures. I am cleaning up pictures. But there's just something creepy about the way this game presents itself. I don't know how to describe it. I only know what I feel. Because even after the renovations and you've cleaned it all up and everything looks better, for lack of another word, it still has that uncomfortable feeling for me. I just don't know how to describe it any other way. However, those issues aside, I still think this is a fun game. It's just one of those games to while away spare time. And I enjoy that. Plus the fact that there's so much more to choose from now. There was such a limited amount of furnishings and tchotchke to choose from. And I've noticed with a lot of other games as well that are themed this way. Why are wall pictures and plants so sparse? If they're going to give you the option to use them, there should be a decent selection of them, but there never is. But now I believe there's a lot more to choose from. And I know it's because I have more DLC, but it just makes the game a bit more enjoyable. I believe the Tenants have done that as well. There have been 2 updates to that game since I played it last, and they have a lot more items to choose from, so that's good. As far as repetition goes, I don't really mind that, because with design games like this, the first time you do a house, a particular house, you'll design it one way, but then when you go back and you choose that exact same house, you never design it the same way. Maybe you do, I don't know. I know I don't. Sometimes I'll remember how I did it the first time, but most of the time it's like, no, I think I painted the walls purple, but I could be wrong, I don't know. And then I think I mentioned it in the last video that they have fixed it so that instead of picking up each piece individually, you click on one and it will clean out a whole area. So I am a little tempted to go back to one of those apocalyptic bunkers just to see if it works. Because as I said, picking up each individual food item and setting it on one of those shelves, and then half the stuff doesn't even fit or it doesn't line up right, it's very frustrating for me. I would like to give that another try. Now, I'm sorry about the flashlight thing there. Apparently I hit the wrong key, and then I couldn't figure out which key I had hit, because I do believe I mentioned in my previous house flipper video that I cannot remember half of how this stuff works. I still don't quite remember the key options. But eventually the flashlight is turned off. I am sorry about that. Now, in my last Sims 4 video, I mentioned that I had ordered a new microphone. Came as a recommendation by a YouTuber I watch and follow. And he recommended a C01U Pro. That's why I couldn't remember the name of it. Like, I have no idea what this is. I'm not good with remembering. It's bad enough with actual words, so letters. But that was the microphone he recommended. It came today. It started raining, so I went out to roll up my car windows, and there it was sitting on the porch. Thank goodness nobody stole it. But I haven't set it up yet, so you're still listening to me through the Blue Yeti. But I'm very curious to see how this other microphone works, and I will be using it with my subsequent videos unless it doesn't work, and then I will be so sad. So sad, because what I mentioned in the Sims 4 video is I feel like a sucker when stuff like this happens, because I was also highly recommended the Blue Yeti. Everybody was singing its praises, and I'm like, okay. And now I feel like I just bought something to replace it, and it's either going to be the exact same thing or worse. So I'm very nervous. I think it's just the room I'm in. It's not a soundproof booth. And there's very little I can do about that, so. Or, here's my thinking too, it could just be the speakers that I'm listening to this through. I know I'm using cheap headphones, but my speakers are Bose. And sometimes it sounds good, and then other times it just sounds so tinny, so echoey. It's very, how do I say this? Disconcerting enough to make me think I'm spinning my wheels here and I shouldn't be doing this unless I have absolutely fabulous equipment. But then again, you hear so many YouTubers say, don't do that. Just make your videos and keep making them. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, it looks like we're coming up on the end here. We've got our buyers. The whole time I was doing this, I completely forgot about this aspect of the game. Here's the before and afters. I think I did a pretty good job. And yes, I do like opening up. Just like in The Sims 4, I do not like rat mazes. I like open spaces, so. But I'll try to remember going forward to show you a bit more of my work, because this game, it shows it, but kind of quickly, so you don't really get an idea of what I did. But thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you have a fantastic day as well. Bye-bye.